Hi, DJ Tina here, host of HMTV Canada Easy. On the phone with me today is honorary solo artist Anthony Micheals. Hi Anthony, I wanted to say a breath of fresh air, full of inspirational music that captures both the mind and the soul. That's my listening pleasures when I tune into your music. I love the dreamy, mysterious aura of all your songs, and you can feel the passion that you put into the song tracks, The Prodigy, Essence, Images, and Back to One. With the variation of sounds in your songs, do you like to experiment and try new melodies?
Oh yeah, I do all the time. I just kind of come up with things that I just kind of feel, you know. I just kind of sit out and I kind of write the tracks, and then I just kind of sing. Sometimes I sing the parts myself and then transcribe them to the guitar, like singing the melodies and stuff. But so I did with The Prodigy. I just kind of, with something, just singing it, just humming something, and then I just, put it on the guitar, better for me than my voice.
I can hear that Joe Satriani twist in some of your influences. Who are your idols for playing the guitar?
I have a lot of different influences. Obviously, Joe Satriani and Steve Vai and Yngwie Malmsteen. I also love Stevie Ray Vaughan a lot. He was one of my main inspirations to play. Gary Moore I like, Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, I loved Eddie Van Halen, lots of different styles of playing. But, it was that kind of stuff like what Eddie did that kind of really makes me sit down and just want to play. Every time I hear the Van Halen, the first album, like Eruption, just the way that hits you, it just makes me just want to just sit down and just play guitar for hours.
Those are really good influences to have.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around for a long time, and basically they're great to learn from.
Oh yeah. Those were my main inspirations, was Eddie Van Halen and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Every time I hear those guys, it just inspires me to just sit down and write a song or something like that. I mean, I don't consider myself up there with any of those guys. I'm just someone that's just really inspired by it. But
will you be producing any music videos for the song tracks Essence of Images and Back to One?
I thought about making a music video for the Essence of Images that I wanted to do. There is a music video that I had up there that I added back in July, Pieces of Imagination. It was a leftover track from my the first album, which was only 3 songs. But I figured it was an interesting song and a different song to do. And I also had the privilege of playing with some really good musicians. Robert Harrison, who is a friend of mine, on drums, Dave Tomes on keyboards, and Bo Wallace on bass. He played with another group called Iced Earth. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they're like a metal band. It was great working with those guys on that song. And the song was for a radio station called The Hit Department, Radio Underground, and it was like a live performance for that show. And we also kind of made it into a video, too. But I'm happy how that turned out. But I hope to make another video for Essence of Images. I had the idea of doing that, and it's in the works.
Now, are you still collaborating with Dave Tombs on keyboards, Robert Harrison on drums, and Bo Wallace on bass?
Yeah, I do. I plan on working with them again. I have a new record that I have coming out towards the end of the year called Into the Light, and it was a CD of basically a lot of the other songs that I do that was kind of left over from the first album that I put out. The first album was only 3 songs because I didn't really know how much success I would get from it. I just kind of made it and didn't have as much funds to do it. But after the MySpace was growing and you get all that free promotion on there, it just kind of grew. And so I started working with other players and finished up a lot of other songs that were written years before I ever tried to record it. But I'm definitely going to work with Bo and Dave and all them again, and Robert, because it was great working with them. And I definitely want to get out there and get on tour and then find something where I can open up for a headlining group or whatever. I'm very optimistic about it.
Is Pieces of Imagination creating a buzz in the media and radio currently?
It's not one of those songs that, obviously it's instrumental guitar music, so with this kind of music, it doesn't really get on the music as much like on mainstream music does, but it's doing really well. It gets a lot of people talking about it, and so yeah, it's done really well for me. It was just one of the ones that I just first put out there. I figured it was something different than what I usually do, and I'm always trying to experiment with new things and try new things out. I get bored kind of easily with certain stuff. And
have you ever been approached by any movie companies or VIPs to use your any of your song tracks in a compilation CD or a movie track?
Yeah, there's been a few people that have contacted me about that. Never never actually got followed through with it, because of sometimes I get so much mail on there, sometimes it's hard to keep up writing everybody back. I know it sounds bad. But,
I can understand.
There's right now there's 45 pages of mail that I haven't even written anybody back, and that sounds terrible, but it's just so hard to write everyone back. But
do you have a street team?
A street team? Right now it's just pretty much me. I do plan on getting one. But
that's where
right now it's just me pretty much, but it's done really well. I put out this album 3 years ago, just those 3 songs, and never expected to get the kind of response I got from it, because I didn't realize it was such a huge scene for instrumental guitar. It's really as popular as mainstream music is. It just doesn't get on the radio that much. And as soon as I started getting into it and putting it on the internet, it was a phenomenal response, and now this is what I do all the time. That's what the new record's about.
It helps if you can get a street team together, then they can go through the 45 pages of emails that you just mentioned.
Yeah, there is. My wife volunteered to do that, but I kind of like to do it myself, but I just got so far behind with it. There's probably stuff in there that that sounds terrible, but it just gets so, I get a lot of mail all the time, and it's just so hard because I'm always writing and doing stuff to try to, keep it going, that I don't really get as much time to sit down and just write everyone back.
I was curious, do you have anybody helping you with engineering your musical masterpieces?
Yes, all the music was recorded at the Hit Department. It's a studio out here in Indianapolis, and the guy helped me with Scott Rainey. He was kind of produced and engineered all the songs and did the video too. So yeah, he helped me a lot. He was the one that kind of really helped me get this started, 3 years ago when I started this. And he's going to be producing the new record, too, my Into the Light album, which will have 10 new songs on there, and really excited about that.
Now, going back into your background, when did you begin the journey to passionately play the guitar and create incredible music?
I started playing guitar back in '92 when I was about 14, and from there I just never stopped. I started it by just seeing, I was 14, and I think I saw another kid in my neighborhood play the guitar, and I just wanted to do it, and I ended up getting a guitar for Christmas that year, and I just never stopped. Now it's 16 years later, and I never spent a day not playing. It was just something hit me. One of my favorite bands growing up was Metallica, and I used, before I really would try to play, I would kind of jam in the mirror and all that, pretending I was one of them and all that. But and then when I was about 15 or 16, that's when I really started sitting down and trying to learn to play, and then just never stopped. It was always a passion.
But that's the norm of any kid growing up. They're trying out the new skills.
Yeah, it was just something that I always, I see someone play the guitar, and Eddie Van Halen or Stevie Ray or something like that, or just Zach Wilde of Ozzy, just tearing it up, and I can't even go to sleep at night sometimes because it's so cool just to watch how cool it is, and
it's your passion.
It's just that inspiration, that drive, that just kind of keeps fueling it all the time.
Did you attend a professional school for your creative and fantastic musicianship skills?
No, I didn't. I had a lot of spare time. I had a lot of spare time. I was one of those kids that, would just sit in the room all day and practice guitar. It's pretty much all I did. It was kind of an escape from teen misery, Mm-hmm. When you're a teenager, music was just that escape, and it was just always that place you go, and the guitar was that for me.
Did you play in former bands before?
Yeah, I did. When I left high school, I was I put a band together and called AOK, and I spent a lot of time working with that band. And in '99, the singer passed away, and he was a good friend of mine. And when that happened, I just never could find another singer that could have the chemistry that we had together. Then we kept it as a 3-piece for several years, and then finally it just kind of broke up. And then after that, I just started writing instrumental music, and that's what I do. Originally I had a band. It was a 4-piece band, and right out of high school, I put that together and did that for several years. And then when that ended, I just never could. Like I said, I never found. There was a lot of singers that tried out, and just nobody had the feeling that was there when we all played together. And I mean, the drummer sang for a while on the stuff, on some songs, and then we just never could really keep it going. So after that, I played with a lot of different groups, and then I finally started writing music on my own, and then the instrumental guitar thing kind of came, kind of dawned on me right there, and then that's what I've been doing for the past 8 or 9 years now.
So what motivates and inspires you to write beautiful lyrics and bring these passionate melodies to life?
Well, I think it's just a combination of a lot of things. I liked a lot of vocal music, but I never could sing the way that I wanted to. I kind of sing with the guitar, so I just kind of do that. And I loved a lot of guitar playing, so it's just kind of like blending the two things together. Great songwriting and then the guitar playing and great guitar playing. I mean, I would sit there and listen to stuff like Fiona Apple or something like that, or music that has just great vocals and great music, songwriting, and then I'd listen to Eddie Van Halen or Steve Vai or Joe Satriani. I mean, I love those guys. And then just kind of blend the two together, and then, that's kind of what I tried to do on The Prodigy. Originally, that was a vocals track. I was going to have a singer do that, but I just never could find someone that could sing it the way I wanted to, and I was like, well, I'm just going to do it on guitar,
Now, I know there are lots of fans who always demand to hear vocals with the guitar sounds, of course, and I always appreciate hearing some really dirty, mean, hard-hitting, soft guitar sounds for entertainment. Do you find that your style of music is a rare art form in the music industry today?
Yeah, it's not rare. I mean, there's a lot of people that play a lot of instrumental guitar music. I mean, you've probably talked to a lot of them yourself, but it's just, for some reason, it's just not well accepted on the radio. And so when someone comes out there and does this, I think it inspires a lot of people because they don't really see a lot doing it. Because a lot of these players are real good, but they're just pushed into obscurity. I mean, there's like 3 main guys that are kind of well known, and then for doing instrumental guitar, and then everyone else is just kind of, they haven't had as much success as that.
I always seem to find them, probably because I'm always on the lookout for them, because it's my favorite entertainment, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I mean, instrumental guitarists?
Yes, I like anything from metal to the softer sounds to classic.
Yeah, I mean, with my music, I like to write a lot of ballad type music. I like a lot of heavy music and, hard rock music, so it's kind of the combination, But the 3 songs that I have up there, I felt were, when I first put the record out, I felt were the strongest interpretation of what I do, and it was just a good start to get me out there, and I just chose those 3 songs. Essence Images was the last one to record. It took the longest to do. It originally was going to be another song. It was like 2 songs in one, but after I, started mixing it and everything, it just turned into another song, and, had this, like, idea with this flute with the intro and stuff, and then Back to One originally was my warm-up song that I would warm up on my solos and stuff, and I had a guy tell me one time, like, man, just put that as a song. So I was like, well, it's not really a song, it's just me warming up, and then I just kind of made it into a song after that.
That's awesome. Can you tell us about your self-titled CD, Anthony Micheals, that's available to buy from your MySpace page?
Yeah, right now, the CD I have available is my self-titled album. It comes with 4 songs, The Prodigy, Essence of Images, Back to One, and The Pieces of Imagination, which was a song from the video. And you can, the way I have it set to purchase it, it's just basically like how you buy something from eBay. You just buy it through PayPal, and then I send it out to you personally, and I sign each one and stuff. And very soon, I'm going to have it on iTunes, because there's been a lot of demand for, I get messages all the time, when are you going to get it on iTunes? So kind of where it looks like where music's going. So
that's so
very
true.
Shortly, I will have it on iTunes too. So you'll be able to click on a link from my site, and then it'll go to iTunes, and then just purchase it from there.
You go to any Future Shop in Canada, or any Walmart store, or any Zeller store, or the Bay, and they will tell you that they're returning MP3s because they're not selling this year. iPod is the biggest seller that's going, and they're running out of stock.
You're right.
Because
I've got to get my music on iTunes, and I get it's like an everyday occurrence. When someone asks about it on MySpace or whatever, when are you going to get it on iTunes? I got to get this in my iPod, and So I am working on that. It's just taking some time, you know.
The good thing about MP4s is that they have that audio quality sound. They don't sound compressed like MP3s.
Oh, iTunes?
Yes.
I'm not really that familiar with it, actually. I'm kind of old school. I have CDs, you know.
Yeah, it's true, though.
But I've heard that they're pretty good quality. I'm not really that familiar with them.
Well, when you
a lot of people have them.
when you download a song like an MPU format, it's audio format. It's not a compressed MP3 format.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, it's all in audio, and when you burn it, you can't burn it into an MP3. You're going to burn it into audio.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm working on, because a lot of the younger people want the album on iTunes, but
you just get
there's still a lot of people that want it on CD too.
Oh yeah,
but,
because
it's
you
kind
get
of
that
half and half, you know.
You get that high definition sound on both CD, audio, and vinyl. You don't get a.
Well, with the CD, you also get it signed, and a lot of people want it signed, you know, too. So you know,
lots of people love that album art too.
Yeah, the album work. Yeah, a friend of mine did that. Who was my original drummer? His name was James Allman. He's a great, tremendous drummer, and he's also a graphic artist. And he did all the artwork on there for that, and did the logo and everything. He did all the artwork for that one, and I was real thankful to work with him. And I hope to work with him again on this new CD, but. You know, he plays in another band now called those Meddlin' Kids, and so they're a cover group out here in Indianapolis. But there was a period of time that we stopped working together because I took some time off to write some new music, and then he kind of went on to another group. And then when I came back, Robert was playing. So kind of one of those things.
Can you tell?
Yeah, he did a really good job on the artwork there.
Can you tell us about the new material you're working on for your new CD and what the fans can expect?
Yeah, the new material is a lot. It's kind of half and half. It's going to be a few more ballads, kind of like the Prodigy. There's a few more I'm working on. There's this one called In God's Glory that I'm working on. It's another guitar ballad, very similar to the Prodigy. There's going to be some jazz kind of stuff that I do too. And then some heavier rock songs too. So it's going to be kind of a mix between those three things. There's 10 songs on there, and I think it's the best stuff I put out, and I'm really, really excited about its release. And I'm looking at the end of the year on releasing it. Some of the songs are done recording. It's just taking some time to do the rest of them and mixing it and all that. But you'll be able to purchase it the same way from my MySpace.
And it's going to have the same name, The Best of Anthony Micheals? Is that the name of your next CD?
Yeah, Anthony Micheals Into the Light.
Into the Light,
the name of the next CD. Yeah.
Do you sell Anthony Micheals merchandise and CDs at your live performances? And do you have any upcoming shows?
Right now, I'm looking on some shows. I'm booking up towards the end of the year, more towards where the CD is done, and the merchandise. I don't have any merchandise for sale right now, but I will have like T-shirts and stuff available. Being the fact that I record a lot and working a lot on this record, that I haven't been able to be on MySpace as much doing all the stuff. I need that street team, like you were saying, you know.
Yes, you do.
Because I'm in the studio all the time working on this, and a lot of the revenue that was made from the release of the last album is what's funding this new album too, which was really, I had a lot of success with that. So I've just really spent a lot of time recording, rehearsing, you know how it goes, you know. And just trying to get ready, you know, to get out there and play as much shows as possible. And with this new group, Dave Tomes, Bill Wallace, and Robert Harrison, I think it's like instrumental guitar at its finest.
Oh yeah, it is.
And I'll add another guitarist too into the band too eventually when I record. It's too hard to play a lot of these songs without one.
I understand that you're unsigned. Are you seeking a record label or a distribution deal?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm always seeking that. I used to be signed to a label a long time ago called Jet Speed Records back in 2000, and they were in LA, and that kind of deal kind of fell apart. But yeah, I'm looking for definitely. That would definitely help out a lot. I don't think it would be a major label though. I don't know if a major label would be interested that much in what I'm doing, but definitely a good indie label would be great, you know. So yeah, and I've been approached several times about it on MySpace, but never got back to them because it's so hard to get back to everybody on there, you know. That sounds terrible, but yeah, I am looking for the right independent label. I think would be great. I don't know if a major label would be that interested in releasing what I'm doing, but
Do you
they seem to to be more interested in Hannah Montana and all that stuff right now, so instrumental guitarist band is probably the farthest away from that.
I was going to ask you, is your MySpace page your main website for now on, or do you have a main website?
Yeah, I'm in the process of making it. I'm going to have my own additional MySpace, or my own additional website too, that I'm working on, and I hope to have that up in the next month, and you'll be able to find it on there, as well as my own YouTube page I don't have, but right now it's just MySpace. But there's a lot of new things that are going to be added very soon, and I'm very excited about it. Like I said, since I've opened that MySpace page, it's really been a lot of my success has come through doing that, because of all the free promotion, and
your MySpace page, for the listeners that don't know about you or Anthony Micheals, it's myspace.com Anthony Micheals 1, correct?
Right, that's it.
Now, do you have any, like, when you come up with your own website, is it going to be a .com? Do you have a domain name for it yet?
I'm going to try to get it really close to anthonymicheals.com or something very close to that, so it's really easy for people to know. But I thought about that too, because I don't want it to be Anthony Micheals and then a whole bunch of stuff after it, because it'd just be too hard for people to find it,
Okay. Now,
yeah, it'll be something really close to that.
For new fans, can they access your music also on CD Baby?
Right now, I have nothing against like CD Baby, but right now, my main way of getting my CD is just through PayPal. I personally feel, for me, I don't know if I'm going to go through CD Baby or anything like that. You just buy it directly from me or buy it through iTunes. Nothing against any of that stuff. I just don't know if I'm going to do it myself personally. It's just really working well the other way. And, PayPal, it ensures that you're going to get it and all that stuff, so...
I don't know. I hear some bad stories about PayPal.
Well, yeah, I've heard that too, but I've never had a problem with it. I've sold quite a bit of CDs through that, but I've heard a lot of bad things about CD Baby, so I was like, oh no, I don't know if I'm going to go through that. But, I mean, anything's possible. If it's something sounds good, I'll probably do it, but right now it's just working good with that, and then in the next few weeks, hopefully I'll have it on iTunes here.
Yeah, you'll probably get a lot of good hits from iTunes and a lot of good sales.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that because, I want to get it out there where everybody, where everybody gets it, where they, want to play it, and a lot of people, put it on their iPods, and they have it where they can hook that into their cars and everything, and, I don't have an iPod yet personally, but I need to get one too. Like I said, I'm kind of old school, I'm still on the CDs,
Well, I went looking for an iPod for my daughter last week at Future Shop, and they were sold out. Now I've got it on back order for her Christmas gift.
Yeah, well, Walmart has pretty good prices on them.
I like Future Shop.
There's a few other shops, but what I've seen where Walmart has the best prices out here. They have Best Buys. I don't know if they have those out there.
We just got Walmart so far.
Oh, okay. They have a store out here called Best Buy. You can get iPods pretty cheap there, too. Yeah, so that's, where I'm at, and I just hoping to, get all this new music out there. I'm working a lot on it, every day, I'm trying to not put out something that I'm not proud of, There's been there's like 20, 25, 30 songs, and I'm picking like 10 out of all those that are going on the album.
That's a lot of songs to choose from.
Yeah, I just wrote a whole bunch and then just tried to pick the 10 best ones that I thought would be the best to do. So there's a lot of songs left over that you'll see when I play live and stuff. We'll do them, and so yeah, it's going really good. And
have you thought of actually coming out with maybe a double CD with 20 songs?
I thought about doing that, and I actually thought about doing Into the Light Volume 1 and 2. And that was actually the original idea I thought about doing. And that's very possible to do, because, there's going to be a lot of songs left over for when we recorded these, and I could just put out another CD. Yeah, so that's very possible that I can do that. Matter of fact, I think I might.
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, because there was quite a bit of songs, because sometimes, I write something like, it turned out, this ain't going to work. It's a good idea, but this is better. And so, yeah, there might be Into the Light Volume 1 and 2. Before
we wrap up our interview, do you have any last words?
Well, I just want to, say thanks for doing this. I really checked out your website, and there's some really cool stuff on there. A lot of great bands that you're doing.
That's what we're all about, is promoting our bands and interviewing them. That's what you'll find there at www.hmtvcanada.com.
I really think it's really good what you're doing. I love the website. I think it's awesome that you're out here doing this, because it's a great thing to have, putting, music that a lot of people don't get the chance to hear and talk and listen to a lot too. And I think it's great.
do you have any shout-outs to anybody that has worked with you?
Yeah, just a shout out to my band, Bo Wallace, Robert Harrison, Dave Tomes, my wife Winnie, has been a support of mine for many years and helping me. So, and just all the other bands that are out there that are doing instrumental guitar, I think it's great. It's always an inspiration to hear all you guys too, because there's a lot of great players out there that I hear on MySpace that inspire me.
Thank you, Anthony, for the opportunity of allowing our HMTV Canada E-Zine to interview you. We wish you lots of success and hope to see you come and play in our prominent concert halls in Canada someday. You rock.
Oh, thank you. And yes, I hope to be there.